The future is bright indeed. We're all of us dreaming of the better days ahead, and a part of your bright new future could be a move to where the magic lives in the greater Orlando area of Florida. One of the biggest decisions you'll make when considering a move is selecting a realtor who can successfully match you with the right home in the right location at the right price. Victor Naraki is the realtor who can help you make the move you've always wanted to. Whether you're a first-time homeowner or looking to move near Disney World, Victor is in your corner. If you are looking for an experienced real estate agent covering all of Central Florida, please visit DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com today and find out just why you should work with Victor. I encourage you to create a free, no-obligation account on his website. By doing so, you'll unlock the website's full potential and be able to enter specific criteria, save listings, and browse new properties sent to your email. Visit DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com today or visit his Facebook page, Victor Naraki Realtor. And don't forget to tell him the Grand Circle Tour podcast sent you.
It's the perfect getaway, evoking the sunny skies and clear blue waters of an island escape. Here, the cares of the real world couldn't be further away. This is Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, where it's island time all the time. Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort is located in the Epcot Resort area of Walt Disney World Resort. Kick back and discover a tropical paradise that surrounds you with the romance of the islands, with swaying palm trees, white sand beaches, and colorful colonial architecture. Here in the islands, the water plays a starring role. Kids will love the zero-entry pool, then climb to the top of a turret, then down an 82-foot slide. Hungry for more? Shutters at Old Port Royale offers dinner with American favorites with a Caribbean twist. Want to stay in? There's also pizza delivered right to the comfort of your room. And speaking of comfort, look at this. Nearly half of the rooms at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort have been renovated to include a bunk-sized pull-down bed to accommodate up to 5 guests. While you're at it, me mateys, check this out. If it's a pirate's life for you, we have specially designed accommodations filled with sea dog details and hidden treasures. Find your beachside paradise at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
Passengers, and welcome to another Resort Detour episode of the Grand Circle Tour podcast. I am here today with my 2 favorite co-hosts, Beatrice and Holly, and we are going to take an adventure to the Caribbean Beach Resort in Walt Disney World. So Beatrice, how are you today?
I am fantastic. Nice to be here and enjoying the Caribbean with you girls.
Yes, I'm so excited. We honestly, we really should do this. And Holly, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Honestly, this detour series that we're doing is so fun because I am finding out so much stuff about these resorts that I had no idea about. I've always avoided Caribbean Beach like the plague, but now it's like, I don't know why.
Yes. Yeah, how come?
Yeah, I don't know. I think, and we'll get into some of the details about this resort, but there was just some things that like turned me off, but now that I think about it a little bit more, and now that it has the Skyliner situation there, it's becoming more and more appealing to me all the time. I think size was a big issue, but because Caribbean Beach is huge and very, very spread out. So let's get into a little bit of history, and then we'll talk like we usually do about rooms and things that they offer there, and of course restaurants because I can't do a detour without talking about food. So the Caribbean Beach, we're, like we've been doing these in order of their opening. This one opened on October 1st of 1988, and it was Walt Disney World's first moderate class resort. All the buildings are 2-story, and it sits on a 42-acre lake called Barefoot Bay. I think part of this with me not wanting to stay there was the fact that there's no stairs at these buildings, or there's no elevators at these buildings.
I'm like, there's no stairs.
Only elevators. No
Yeah.
elevators.
Yeah.
So I've always felt like I was limited to having to stay on the ground level because I don't want to be dragging, because I overpack. Like I know
Right.
Holly does too.
I do too.
Yes.
And you do too.
Yep.
And I don't know. I guess I just thought if I take a solo trip and I'm dragging all these suitcases up the stairs, or having to get help to do it, I kind of maybe think that was one of the reasons why.
I can't imagine how many requests they have for bottom level.
Yeah, I bet they get a lot.
And you can put special requests like that in. I've had clients that have stayed there, and I've requested the Jamaica section, which is near the Skyliner transfer. So you can do, they never promise that kind of thing, but it's always good to put those in the notes, because that will be, they'll try their best to get you on the first level.
Yeah. Now each building, like we said, is 2 stories, and it has 64 guest rooms, and each area there is called a village, and they all have different names and different characteristics. So we're going to talk about all of that, but they also sit all the way around this Barefoot Bay. So there's a beach, there's hammocks, playgrounds, laundry facilities, bus stops. Is there a bus stop for each and every village?
They will take you to certain areas that's close, but close is still sometimes a little bit of a walk.
Yeah, and I understand that a lot of these, it could take you up to 15 minutes to walk to the regular building. So, or the main building. So,
and sometimes it's closer to go to, like, if you're near a Skyliner or near a different one, it's closer to go from one area to the other. A friend of mine was running, and she's like, it's easier for me to get here from the Skyliner than it is the bus stop.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Just kind of gauge it out.
Right. Yeah, so like we said, the Skyliner is now there, and it is the main hub for the Skyliner. So this is really giving Caribbean Beach like a prime location on property now because of that fact. And B, have you found that there's more requests for reservations there versus in the past?
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of people used to think it was just more of a convention sort of thing. And I've even gone to a car show there. You were talking about how huge it was.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that you go there and like go through the parking lot to see all these cars and things. So they do have random events and conventions that, some even the public can attend, like that one in particular. That's the first time I went there and walked the area and saw the pool and that kind of thing. It made me really fall in love with the resort. I mean, the beaches are beautiful, and my husband and I have even walked around the Caribbean Beach area because we had our anniversary dinner at Topolino's in the Riviera, and there's a nice walkway. So we were kind of full after dinner, and we were like, oh, let's walk around. And the beach, it connects, like the walkways and the beach. So it's a beautiful walk.
Yeah, it's, what is it? The promenade, I think they call it, that is around the Barefoot Bay.
There's
it's
a
one mile or something.
Yeah, well, the jogging trail is 0.6 miles, but there's a nice little walkway that also will take you to like the Riviera, and like you can just do a beautiful little scenic, sunset kind of evening stroll. It's beautiful. So,
Holly, have you ever gone over there?
No, I haven't. I've been to the Riviera and I've seen it, and I'm super into tropical destinations. So I've always been interested in it because just because of the name and the look of it, because I love the colors and all of that.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know I was going to join this today until about 45 minutes ago. So I was doing like a cram session and I was really excited, like the pricing and just the look and the feel of it. And like you said, it wasn't anywhere that was on my radar to actually stay or really visit. There's so many other priorities. But now I'm like, oh, I actually really like this place.
Yeah.
So, but I'm curious, and Beatrice probably knows this. So Florida, we're always concerned about our little creatures, right? So there's Barefoot Bay. Is that like gated, or because it is a pretty large little bay there? So do you know if that one is like enclosed so the little creatures can't get in there because of all these beaches? I don't know. That's always a concern for.
They do have signs that say that there are snakes and alligators and things like that. So they do tell you not to go in the water.
So they have that rope fence around everything else, right?
Okay.
They've got the rope fence and the signs. You can enjoy the beach, but don't go in the water.
Yeah. I mean, I know that Disney's really good about trying to get them relocated if they do find a creature, but it's nature.
So this promenade is really good for biking, jogging, just strolling around, because it is 1.1 miles around the Barefoot Bay area, which is a really nice walk if you're, go have dinner and you're stuffed and you need to walk off dinner. So.
Yep, that was us. And they have bike rentals. So if you don't have a bicycle, if you didn't bring it, if you flew here or whatever, they do have bike rentals there. So it's wonderful.
Yeah. So in the middle of Barefoot Bay is a island called Caribbean Key, and it's connected to the promenade on each side by a footbridge. So you can go over there, and there are what kind of stuff is on the island? Is it there? I think I saw something about a playground there.
There is a playground. It's really cute. There's all sorts of, there's fishing, there's volleyball on the sand. So there's tons of fun. There's 5 leisure pools, and my favorite is the Fuentes del Moro pool.
Yeah,
so
it sounds like it's a lot of fun, doesn't it?
Tons of fun. But the play area is like a shipwreck theme. So there's just tons of fun. The island, the campfire that you could do, the s'mores. They actually sell s'more kits that you can get there. Or you can bring your own if you don't want to buy their kit. But there's tons of fun that you can go to when you go over there. There's even fishing excursions that you can go to from over there, from Caribbean Cay Island.
Very cool. So Old Port Royal is the main check-in building and activities area. There's some shops in there, a trading post and things like that. Now, I did have a list of 5 Caribbean beach facts that a lot of people don't know. So I looked, when I was doing this research, this is when I really got kind of turned on to this resort, because it's just like things about it, just like the first one, it has the largest moderate class rooms on property, or it did, at least until the tower went up at
Riviera, Coronado Springs, right?
Coronado Springs, because I think I want to say those rooms in there are even bigger, but they are 340 square feet just versus, as a comparison, Port Orleans rooms are 314 square feet. So that is a little bit bigger, which is,
and my favorite is the pirate rooms.
Oh yeah.
So they have pirate beds in this beautiful pirate themed room. So that's tons of fun. In fact, I had someone stay there in April and they're like, we want to come back in the fall and we want that pirate room again. So,
Now, are those pirate rooms, are they just in one particular section, or are they kind of spread out through the whole resort?
they're in some different sections because you can get one with water view or you can get a standard. So,
Okay.
and they're not, with it being a moderate resort, to have those fun themed rooms, that is great. But yeah, if you don't want to splurge on the water view and you're not going to be in the room all that much, but you want the fun theme, you can get the standard.
Holly, your kids would probably love that room.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. And it reminded me, and we've talked about this before, reminded me of the Legoland hotel rooms because they have pirate themed and they're all like decked out. And this reminded me of that. And that's so cool. The only bummer that I saw was that they're double beds instead of queens, which are in the other rooms.
Right.
So that's kind of a bummer, but yeah, it's so cool. I love it. I'm like, that's another reason why I'm like, oh, this might be a fun
So
place
like
to
B
stay.
said before, there are 7 pools at this resort, and the main pool has a 0 entry, which is nice. So you can just kind of stroll into it and not have to worry about a big drop off or anything like that. They had what she was talking about, the pirate like area in the pool. It's a Spanish fortress with water cannons, a water slide, 102 feet long. That's a really long slide.
It is so cool looking. I love it.
Yeah.
And the spa there too is probably my favorite spot.
Really?
12-person spa pool.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's like, that's totally my level right there. Just sit around the spa, chat with people.
Yeah. So it's located only 1 mile from Epcot, hence the Skyliner going there, and less than 2 miles from Hollywood Studios. So, and then you can also switch off there from Art of Animation and Pop Century. And, you can, if you're staying at one of those hotels, you could just take a ride over there and go walk around and check it out.
Yeah.
But it's always nice to do that. The pirate themed rooms, like we had talked about, include sleeping in a ship-shaped bed. Say that 3 times.
Might come out wrong.
Many hidden treasures in the details in this room type. So I bet there's a lot of hidden Mickeys in there too. That would be fun to go check out. Yeah. So the districts in Caribbean Beach are all named after Caribbean islands. We've got Aruba, which it says those are pink and purple buildings with aqua roofs. Barbados, the buildings are light blue with coral roofs. Jamaica has yellow buildings with sky blue roofs. Martinique has coral and pink buildings with aqua roofs. And Trinidad is light and dark coral with dark coral roofs. So B, in your humble opinion as a travel specialist, what are the prime areas to stay at in there?
People don't usually request certain areas in that unless they want to be near the Skyliner or if they want like a pirate theme or that sort of thing. I have had comments about how they love the colors. I love the colors, and it's so obvious. Like when you're going through on the Skyliner, you're like, oh, that's the Caribbean right there. Like that's just such a nice, I don't know how it gives you that laid back vibe. It really does. Just the look of it, you just feel like, you just relax in the hammock.
Picking an area should really be based on what your needs and desires are, not by colors.
Right.
Unless you really don't care.
You might want to be closer to the amenities in the front, the dining and that sort of thing. So,
And transportation, it just all depends on what you're going for, where you're going for the day. If you're going to do a lot of Epcot and Hollywood Studios visits, then definitely the Jamaica section is the one that you would want to go with. Because
you're totally right, because our last trip, we wanted to be, because we were doing more park days. So obviously we're staying in a different resort, but we wanted to be closer to the transportation. Yeah. Where this time we're not doing that many park days. We're going to be doing more relaxing and all of that. So we want to be close to the main pool and the restaurant. So it's totally different based on what you're doing that trip.
Absolutely. So Holly, what did you find out about offerings that they have there?
So a lot of it, what B already mentioned. So they do have the bike rentals, the jogging trail. They have a children's playground, which a lot of the resorts don't have an actual playground. The pool, that's probably one of the best things there. In fact, Dan had sent me, in the group chat, a list of the top 10 Disney pools, and that was on, this pool is on there because it's so cool. Yeah. I love the Spanish theming. It reminds you of being on the Pirates ride. So that's super fun. And then the water slides, that's always a perk. We always try to book any destination that we go to, Disney or not, somewhere that has a nice pool and water slides, because then the kids are more entertained. I don't have to hear, I'm bored, can we leave yet? So this has all of that. Right.
Yeah.
One thing, and it's not reopened yet, but this was really cool. So there's a pirate adventure cruise only for children. So I don't know how the whole thing works with, do they just take your kids out by themselves or an adult has to come? I'm not really sure. There wasn't a whole lot of details, but it's for ages 4 through 12 and it's 2 hours, and they take them out on, it seems like a pirate ship, and it's between $39 and $49.
Well, that's pretty reasonable.
Yes, and it's this whole pirate adventure. And they get to choose 2 different options depending on what you want to do. And it looks so stinking cute. And I'm like, well, that's not even badly priced.
No.
But it says that it's still temporarily unavailable. But it says 2 swashbuckling adventures. So you either do the Islands of the Caribbean pirate cruise, where buccaneers sail the ports of the Caribbean waters as they hear stories of the old Port Royal, and then it says departs from the Caribbean Cay, and then the other one is Albatross Treasure Cruise. Kids hear the legend of the albatross and search for a pirate booty across Crescent Lake.
Oh wow!
And that it's funny because I think the pirate booty is like snacks.
Oh, okay.
it's in like goldfish crackers, and I don't know. So I would probably choose the treasure cruise because I don't, treasure. But it's every day. Yeah, it says each excursion is kids only. So even better, 2 hours kid free, while mom and dad are, whatever, hanging out at the pool.
What's the age limit? Does it say that they have to be?
Yeah, it's 4 to 12. Okay. And it says they have to be potty trained. And it's 9:30 to 11:30 every day. Okay. So it doesn't say anything about having to have a reservation. I'm sure it's always better. But let's see. And it says that the final port of call, kids split up the booty and then enjoy
that's funny.
Crackers and juice boxes. And
have you had anybody book that?
No, I haven't.
Interesting.
So I haven't heard firsthand on that, but it does sound adorable.
It does sound really, really
So I don't know that it just said $39 to $49. I'm assuming one of those is $39, the other one is $49. But 2 hours, parents get to go have
I think that's a really good price.
Yeah, it's really not bad. So
even if you have multiple kids like you do, it's not going to be like, oh my gosh, it's $89 a kid. I can't do that.
Exactly.
Okay, so B, let's get into some room details. Let's fill us in on Room.
So there are several different room types there. You've got the standard view, and with it being a moderate resort, depending on the time of year that you're going to go, I was just looking in September for some prices just to kind of give us an idea. And a standard view is like $296 average, excluding tax. Then there's water pool views, which are $317. Those have 2 queen beds. They're views of the lake or the pool. There's a water pool view with a 5th sleeper. So if you have a larger family and you want to get that starts at $330 average per night, excluding tax. There's preferred views, king beds, pirate rooms, and we were talking about the pirates. So standard is $346 average, excluding tax, and then the water view would be $357. So not that big of a difference, but if you want that kind of a view. So there are just tons of great options there. And when you consider it, you know, the location, you're near Epcot, you've got the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios, you're even near Typhoon Lagoon if you're into the water parks while you're here.
Right.
So, but they've got such a great pool there that, you know, you might want to just hang out at that resort for a while, right? I love that.
Are the preferred rooms, would those be in the Jamaica section because they're near to the Skyliner, or would they be just more near transportation in general?
Usually it's near transportation and the dining, like the front of the resort kind of thing. That's usually the preferred view. So they would it's close proximity to the pool and the center town area where you're going to be doing the Port Royale and the dining and everything.
Okay. And speaking of dining, what a great segue into this section. Okay, so I actually had reservations to eat at Sebastian's Bistro, which is the full service location. And I had it during COVID and it was closed. So that reservation got canceled.
Oh.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed because I really wanted to go there because it's Sebastian.
I've heard good things about it.
Yes, I have too. And it's actually, I'm assuming that this is a buffet because it says $29 per adult, which is very reasonable, and $17 for kids. It's only open from 4:30 to 9:30. Now those prices are, of course, before tax and gratuity, but it is the Taste of the Caribbean. They have regular and plant-based things available, and also an allergy-friendly Taste of the Caribbean, which not all buffet places have that kind of an availability for people. So
well, especially when you're talking Caribbean, so that means that there's probably a lot of seafood and things like that.
Yeah, so I was very impressed with that when I pulled up that menu and saw all of those different things that were available. I was shocked. I mean, it just kept going on and on and on and on as I was scrolling. So that was really interesting. Then you have the Center Town Market, which is open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner things are available. Entrees, they also have a large plant-based menu for people. And you can also get your Mickey celebration cakes at this location. They have desserts and fresh fruit, snacks, bakery items, all sorts of beverages from coffee to wine. So they have a lot of things available there. Wow. And then the other section of the Center Town Market is like a grab and go kind of a place. 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. On the menu, though, when you go to those drop down things, it's only said breakfast, which was kind of weird because it's open all day. They have 2 hot options: desserts, fruit, snack, bakery, and they even have alcoholic beverages there as well. So why it just only has breakfast?
Yeah, that's weird.
That thing, I think they need to do a little work there. Just a hint, Disney. Then we have the Spyglass Grill, which is open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. And that's where you do your mobile order and quick service stuff. It's, again, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They have entrees. They have plant-based options, bakery items, desserts, specialty coffees by Joffrey's. Yay! Hot beverages, juices, alcoholic beverages, non-alcoholic. They have beer and they have wine. So all the places have a lot of variety of things to get.
More than I definitely expected. I know it's a large resort, but that's still quite a few options. And every time I hear plant-based, and I know there's some really great plant-based, but even when they're talking about like desserts and they say it's plant-based, I just picture like a bed of like spinach. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't get it's just like I can't get
it's hard to picture that, isn't it? And then the last place is the Banana Cabana. There's another one. Say that one fast 3 times. And that one is open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's a lounge menu with appetizers, and they have some entrees. And it's a pool bar menu. They have alcohol and non-alcoholic drinks there as well. So they have a lot of places for food and beverages in particular. So I was pretty impressed with all of the things that they have to offer there as far as food goes.
Yeah, sounds good.
I have actually never eaten at Caribbean Beach. So I was there and maybe I had something from Centertown Market, just a quick serve kind of thing, but I've never really had a memorable dining experience there. So that made me think about it when I was looking at this. Like, why have I never gone to Sebastian's?
Yeah, why haven't I ever gone there?
Yeah. Right?
Yes. So have you ever stayed there, B?
I haven't stayed there.
You haven't? Okay.
No. I've been in the rooms. I've had friends stay there and I've picked them up for various things. So I have seen the rooms, but I haven't stayed there. But they were quite happy. And I kind of looked it over. I was like, can I check this out? Let me look in the back.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a team. And they had a room to family next door. So it was good.
So they have some connecting rooms, and
they do.
Are they basically all that size, like that 340 square feet, or do they have any like family suites like Art of Animation does? Do they have anything that size?
They don't have family suites, but they've just got regular standard hotel rooms kind of things, but with different sizes, if you want the king or if you want the fifth sleeper, that kind of stuff.
Right. I just feel like this resort, aesthetics wise, is so appealing,
right,
for wanting to do that, tropical kind of experience. So you could have a Girls Gone Wild trip to the Caribbean without actually going to the Caribbean.
And location for that Skyliner to just get on there to go to some of the parks. So if you're kind of hitting the parks hard, that's a great way to get back from Epcot after a long day of drinking around the world or whatever your plans are for that. Guardians is opening up soon, so
yes, it's, and with things like that happening, I think that resort is going to be more and more appealing all the time, because people are going to want to stay.
Well, and the pricing too, it really isn't bad for us. I don't think we could stay there, like my family, just because we would have to get 2 rooms.
Right.
So by the time we add the second room to adjoin, then we might as well just get a villa somewhere else, But I mean, I would love to stay there. Maybe when one of the kids are off to college or something, I don't know. When we could get the 5th sleeper room, but so that's the only bummer for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pricing is not bad at all, considering how much the pricing has increased.
Yeah.
So
we actually have some friends from where we moved from, a guy who's Paul's been friends with for a really long time, was a member of his church as well. Him and his wife always stay at this resort.
Oh.
They never stay anywhere else. So that has to say something.
Absolutely.
On its own. And this was before the Skyliner even came into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
So they just really, really love the vibe, the everything about this resort. They like the rooms and everything. So
I really do feel like it's a hidden gem, you know, and that's what my friend said when she stayed there. When I picked her up, she's like, I really like this place, and I never really considered it before. She's like, why haven't I thought of this?
No one talks about it.
Right. And that's, that's really the way that I feel too. And after doing this research and finding out about all these different sections and how cute they look and the colors and everything, now it's like, this one's going to have to go on my list of places that I would consider staying at. So
yeah, I think when we're at Topolino's on our next trip, we might need to take that little path over, depending on if I can make it or not, like heat-wise, because we're going during summer.
Oh, yes. Summer.
Yeah. It was a very nice walk. We went there. Our anniversary is in June, but we're used to the heat. So since we live here, but after dinner we were pretty stuffed, and so we were like, oh, let's take a walk. It looks so pretty, and I mean, the beautiful white sandy beaches. It's just a great place to enjoy.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts on Caribbean Beach from you, ladies?
No.
I think I want to stay in the pirate room. But
I
definitely.
I would like to stay in a pirate room,
and then go play at Fuentes del Moro pool.
Yes.
It truly is just beautiful, and you would never believe you're in Florida. Like the Spanish, just a great atmosphere.
Yes, this was a good one.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for joining me on this little adventure to the Caribbean. This was a lot of fun. And passengers, if you've stayed at Caribbean Beach Resort, please leave your comments about it in the comment section on YouTube and on Facebook for us, and let us know what you think about this resort. And with that, Ken, take it away.
If you would like to keep the adventure going after the show, be sure to like our Facebook friends page, Grand Circle Tours Magical Ticket Holders. While you're on Facebook, like our group page, Grand Circle Tours. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Grand Circle Tours Podcast, as well as on Instagram, GCT Podcast, and our YouTube channel, Grand Circle Tour. If you would like to email us, drop us a line at gctpodcast@gmail.com. T-shirts and other fun merchandise can be found at tpublic.com. Simply search Grand Circle Tour Podcast. If you enjoyed your adventure, leave us a review on Apple Podcast. Only one rule, make it good. All logos, sounds, songs, and music that are made by and for Disney and its affiliates are the full ownership of the Disney Corporation and are not, nor are they intended to be the ownership of the Grand Circle Tour Podcast. Thank you for riding with us, and welcome home.
Please exit to your left by stepping away from the cars with your left foot first. Step out and stand on the moving platform, please.
Please exit by stepping away from the cars with your left foot first. Step out and stand on the moving platform, please.